We get electricity from its most natural source, which is around us all the time. What we need is a device that will attract electricity, that will store electricity, that will discharge electricity in a very controllable form, in enormous quantities. However, we need to do it. That's all the Ark of the Covenant ever did and all it ever was. If you look at the construction of the Ark of the Covenant, it is no more than a model for every capacitor made today, whether it's a capacitor for lighting up street lighting or whatever. An insulated, double-plated box with a positive and a negative node at the top. That's it, that's all it is. And you look at the description of the Ark of the Covenant in the Bible, which is given twice. You take every measurement, you manufacture it with the materials that it says in accordance with everything it tells you, and you have a 100,000 volt immediate electronic capacitor.
Although the Bible does say it was lined inside and out with pure gold, the team estimated it would cost more than $10 million, not to mention the weight.
If it had a 9-inch slab of gold on top, which is 8, 9, whatever, if it had a solid slab of gold that was 3 feet by 5 feet, plus the box, plus all the other gold, plus the cherubims, it would have to be close to 2 tons.
How many guys did they say carried it?
4. 4. That's what, I believe people were a lot stronger back then, but 2 tons?
To turn this wooden box into a capacitor, they're putting 2 layers of copper plates inside the box, separated by a large sheet of insulation material.
Each layer would be 1 plate of the capacitor. And when it's charged, one would develop a positive charge, one would develop a negative charge. And the energy would actually be stored in the insulator as static electricity.
The 2 brass cherubs are attached to metal rods which lead down into the box. The team believes the Ark charged itself when it was carried through the desert for weeks on end. They think the heat and the friction would have built up a huge charge inside the box. To replicate this, John's attached the Ark to a powerful transformer, which will provide 50,000 volts of electricity. If his calculations are correct, the copper chamber inside the box will charge up and then spark between the wings of the 2 cherubim.
I think they'll actually put on quite a light show.
You don't want to touch it. Definitely do not want to go anywhere within feet of it, really, when it's arcing.
This powers the primary energy here, here, so here. It's like cables again. Okay, he's connected. Why have I got this here?
Anything can happen, I guess.
So you're not concerned then?
Well, that'd be fun. What the hell? Why not? You only live once, right?
Let her rip.
Plastic grid.
The experiment did seem to be a success. The Ark did charge up like a capacitor, and the cherubim did spark between their wings before bursting into flames. Even in a warehouse in Vancouver, it's easy to see how people saw this as God in a box 3,000 years ago.
You do what the Bible says and you place an omer of the shamana in it, golden pot of the white powder, you place it in there, you've immediately got a superconductor. You've immediately got a device that sets up its own Meissner field, which will levitate, which will be able to travel on its own, which will be able to issue gamma rays or whatever you need it to do. A very, very powerful device. We have to go back to these very simple devices that simply pull it in and hold it and issue it. The Ark of the Covenant is not wrongly named. It's spelt with a K in the Bible because that was the Greek way of spelling it. In every other language it's spelt with a C, and electronic arcing actually comes from that very same word.